Alright, we'll be right back, everyone. Gotta try to fix this. Welcome back, Lelanders, to a new episode of Clone Evolution. Still Sober October edition. As you can tell, my computer is acting up a little bit tonight. And it's not the computer's fault. As you can probably already guess, it's my fault. I was working on the computer trying to fix a cache problem or something. Hey, Rusty Valor. Who else is here? Oh, George, how's it going? Now, if anyone's worried about Steadfast, don't freak out. I actually did manage to reach her. Turned out she was just in a bit of a medical situation, but everything appears like it's going to be okay, so thank God. I know I was really worried too. No, I hadn't reached her for a while, and I guess where she's at in the hospital, she can't access her cell phone right now, so she just wanted to let everyone know she's okay. So yeah, thank God. I was really worried because normally we talk every day and didn't hear from her for a couple days. I was like, oh shit. But then her mom actually called me to let me know what had happened. And then I ended up talking to her too. She was able to call me from the payphone at least. Yeah, so nothing too serious, I hope. And yeah, she should be out of the hospital soon. Alright, so let's get on to the Clone Evolution stuff. Hopefully everything's working for the mic. Can anyone hear me? Let's see, mic. Yeah, it looks like it's working. Let's hope. Can anyone hear me? If you want to put it in the chat just to make sure. Not that I just said all that, no one can hear me. No, I was doing a podcast today, so that's one of the reasons why that, yeah, I had changed all the computer settings. I think the podcast kind of went okay. I just got very nervous. Oh, Rusty Valor says, yeah, he can hear us, thank God. Or hear me. I'm not multiple people yet. But I did eat enough turkey today. I almost turned into multiple people. Now, today was Canadian Thanksgiving, or Canadian Thanksgiving weekend, so I got together with the family. That was kind of nice. No, the podcast I did today, I should get the link for it. If I forget by the end of the show, let me know. I'll share it then. I want to get into Clone Evolution because we actually got some good news. I don't know if you can tell by the, what was it, the new planet on that image. We unlocked a new one. Sadly, when I go to aerospace, we're still flying back from it, so I can't show the planet that I unlocked, but... And I'll cover with the viewers how I unlocked it, but I guess it won't be today's episode. Basically what I did is I started going level by level by level and making sure I made it right to the boss. Because sometimes I would make it halfway to the boss and then just skip and then go to the next level that I unlocked. And then hindsight, I was like, you know what? I should have actually finished each one of those levels before I continued, because and then I couldn't remember which ones were beaten and which ones weren't. I tried testing the viewer's advice about using that heart that's on the side of the screen, and that kind of cleared it up a little bit, but I was still pretty confused about what levels I beat and which I didn't. I should know what I'm beating here, right? Alright, investigation ability. I keep wondering what the hell that is. If anyone knows what investigation ability is, if you could put it in the chat. I noticed when I do the plunder points, that seems to be the only thing that drops. Alright, so let's start. But yeah, I gotta sit back because I'm sitting too close to the screen. No, Sober October has kind of been going okay. If anyone's wondering how the CBD stuff went, I think I actually overdosed the first night on the CBD, but every night since, my body adapted to it, and I don't even really feel it anymore. So it went from being super strong to can't even feel it. So I'm trying to vaporize less. Still haven't had any beer or weed with THC in it, so 1 week down, 3 to go. The only real major side effect I'm getting is like massive migraines every day. Kind of the CBD helped with it a little. Well, actually really good the first day, but every other day I stop the CBD, it's definitely making my headaches worse. So hopefully we can make it through the headache part of it. Really, that's the only bad side effect I'm getting so far. Which level did I play here? I even forget. So how's everyone else doing in the game? How many times you can search for the ships to attack? Oh, so that actually goes down. I didn't even notice that. For some reason, I thought it was always on 20. Yeah, I figured it had to do something with looking for stuff because it said investigation. Alright, so do we got the battles going at the right speed? I think we do. Oh, I'm surprised we won that battle. I was looking at the battle and I'm like, shit, I got in over my head. We're not going to beat that level. Oh, I jinxed it. We won 1 out of 3. Oh, son of a whore. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Oh yeah, the viewers are right. The investigation ability did drop by 1. Alright, so I was wondering if you could just keep investigating. Now we know. There is a limit. Oh, speaking of limits, that's one of the things that got me slow for starting the stream. It said I exceeded my YouTube limit, but I think that's something to do with the cache when I reset that on Google. So I ended up making some changes on OBS and got it to work, but yeah, that's why it took me longer to set it up today. So I think I'm not going to vaporize too much on the show tonight. Probably just do one or two more hits of the CBD. See if I can keep that headache at bay. Now I pretty much reached the point of CBD as I do with THC, where I really don't even notice vaporizing it anymore. The first night though, holy crap. Oh yeah, I didn't even tell the viewers. Guess how long it took me to sober up from the CBD? 2 days. I was wrecked for 2 days. I was like, holy shit, right? I had no idea that CBD could do that. So that's probably why I'm not feeling the effects anymore, is I overdid it the first day. And it's probably because of those concentrates too. If I would have stuck with just the plant matter, it probably wouldn't have hit me so hard. Trying 3 different kinds of CBD all in one night for the first time. Definitely overdoing it. Luckily I didn't get any of the heart racing symptoms they were talking about, or low blood pressure. The extreme laughter fits went away pretty quick. I still can't believe it made me laugh like that. That was so weird. To be honest, I was thinking it'd be kind of funny if that laughing thing kept happening every time with CBD, but luckily it was only the first time trying it. It reminds me of the first time trying weed. First time I tried weed, it hit me really hard too. Well, when I first learned to inhale it. First few times I didn't know how to inhale, so I didn't even catch a buzz. No, when it comes to my team in Clone Evolution, I think we got some heroes that we can make a new clone today, so maybe we'll do that. I should share what's been happening with the events too. Victory. Now I'm a little bit disappointed in the ice team that it's not working as good as I like, and then every once in a while I come into a battle, I just can't beat it, and I throw in the ice team and they actually do win. So I shouldn't make fun of the ice team so much, but I just wish they were way stronger. Alright, so we can beat that one next. That's what she said. Oh, terrible. Gotta get my mind out of the gutter. All the gems you're getting should be equipped to status in the pyramid. Yeah, I'll have to try doing that. I kind of gather what you mean by that, but I'm a little hazy. It's not just the CBD. Now, if anyone's wondering how my cannabis harvest went, the only plants that I still got to pick are the 1 or 2 CBD plants. Everything else I already harvested. Got it all trimmed. My harvest was way smaller this year, so it was actually easy to trim. Not like previous years where I had so many pounds, it was taking me like 40 or 80 hours to trim it. Sadly, my team, the Blue Jays, got eliminated from the playoffs tonight, but I was thinking, you know what? The less time I spend with sports, the better. So every time my teams lose, I'm like, yeah, it's actually for the better. I don't want to get carried away watching sports all the time. I got so many videos on YouTube to finish editing. Yeah, that's nice. The CBD seems to take the edge off. Headache isn't so bad. Oh yeah, got more. Alright, so all the gems you're getting should be equipped to statues. Oh, I thought it said status. Statues in the pyramid. Yeah, I know all about that. Well, briefly. Still need the viewer's help, but I think I know what you're saying there. I definitely know where the pyramid is. Yeah, that was actually one of the cool parts. I don't know if anyone watched the travel vlog where me and Steadfast visited Giant's Tomb Island. It's like we actually saw what looked like a pyramid on the frickin' island. My mind was blown at that. I was anticipating it to be like a little hill, but man, that thing was huge. I don't know how big it is close up, but from across the lake, it even looked big. If I had to guess, it used to be like a very large burial mound that got ground down either by the Ice Age or just time in general. Wouldn't it be weird if there was like ancient ruins in the middle of the Great Lakes that are like 10,000 or even older than the Ice Age? That'd be wild. No, my living situation up north isn't really going the greatest. Didn't get anything done really this summer, but I'm still trying to get a hold of someone to help demolish. Hopefully we can get that done this summer still too. Or not summer, fall. Keep calling it summer. Summer's long gone now. I even drained my pool yesterday. I was like, shit, man. You know summer, the whole season is over when? Sometimes we'll get hot weather here, like the last week in November, but no luck this year. We're already into snow. That's Canada for you. Breaking cold weather records year after year after year. And we still got to pay the carbon tax. It's crazy. Oh, well. That's the one thing they're talking about Canada that's really weird is they're increasing our taxes something like by triple to cover like the carbon tax. And I was like, Jesus, are they really going to do that? Let's hope not. Yeah, that was the other good news too. I used some of my purple potions. Maybe I shouldn't have. And I got Odin all the way up to the last star before red. What is that, 6 or 7? Something like that. So Odin is... Did I lose that one? Better fucking not have. I wasn't even looking. I just assumed it was so easy I skipped through it. Holy shit, that's a lot of red stars. Now, if anyone wants more details, I probably shouldn't say too much of what's happening with Steadfast, but me and her are kind of in the same situation where we're trying to find new places to stay. And yeah, her situation has gotten a lot more stressful, so hopefully she works out her living situation soon. Hoping everyone can. Seems like living situations in general are really tough for a lot of people these days. Something I guess everyone can relate to. Housing is so expensive. Even renting is ridiculous. I used to think it was just our area, but every time I look at places to move, it's like, no, it's not just our area. A lot of places are getting hit with the high rent. It's crazy. No, I was kind of used to high rent because my city has already had the highest rent in practically the world. So it's no big shocker to me to see high rent prices. Oh yeah, the other thing I started doing is taking the viewers' advice and collecting more of the Versus tickets. So every time I get an opportunity to win Versus tickets, I go for those more often than I used to. Someone was telling me that I needed it to compete in the Hunger Games. So let's see how many Versus tickets we're up to. We made it to 1,500 Versus tickets. It's probably still not near enough, but it's growing. No pun. Excuse me. One nice thing about still quitting weed and just doing the CBD is CBD doesn't seem to knock me out as bad as THC. Everyone is like, oh, CBD will put you to sleep, but I don't know. For me, it doesn't really affect me that way. Luckily. Especially after all the turkey I ate. It's supposed to have those tryptamines or whatever in it, and those are supposed to make you tired, but so far so good. Not tired yet. Now, it was nice to visit for my family for Thanksgiving, but it was actually pretty emotional for me too, because I'm starting to realize that when I go to these family events, like almost all my family is either sick or dying or dead. So every time we go to an event, I'm like, holy shit, there's so much less people here than there used to be, and they're never coming back. So it's something I gotta try to adjust to. Yeah, one of the Ukrainian traditions is to put a plate out for people that have already deceased, sort of like so their ghost can sit at the table if they're still on the earth. So we actually did that for my uncle this time. It wasn't intentionally because we anticipated another guest coming. Someone's like, oh, move the plate, that other guest isn't coming. And I'm like, no, let's leave it for my Uncle Pete. It's one of the old traditions. So we kept doing it. Yeah, I gotta miss the guy. Really got to go visit his grave, but really been too emotional to go yet. Hopefully I'm almost there. Alright. Now I got to stop arguing with too many people on social media. So if anyone's on from social media checking out YouTube, chill. I'll try to stop arguing as much on Facebook. I know I kind of argue with people too much, and I started to get a huge crowd of haters following me around, so gotta kind of chill on that. That's one thing Steadfast has really been helping me with is I always tell her to try to argue less, and I'm like, God, I'm doing the same thing. It's like I really got to take my own advice here. Stop being so confrontational with everyone, but oh well. I think that's the main thing that keeps me going some days is not having a lot of people to talk to in real life, so talking to people online is kind of where I make up for it. It doesn't work. It's not a really good substitute. Alright, so we'll give updates on what happened in the last event. I'm pretty sure I collected the last of the coins, but I fucking think I might have forgot. I made it all the way there and then didn't collect them, but as you can tell, we got quite a few coins. I got to figure out who I'm going to spend it on. Pretty sure I'm just going to spend it on Theodora. That probably looks like the best purchase there, right? I'm pretty sure I've already gotten enough clones of everyone else in this list, except for some of the really rare ones. It's tempting to go for her because we need her so bad, but God, that'd be a waste of coins. Alright, so we can go to the Fighters Carnival. Oh yeah, the Tavern Carnival. Gotta do that. Yeah, thanks for the likes already, everyone. Jeez, we're at a perfect ratio today. It's nice to see you. Now, I was a little bit worried that I kind of botched the interview because I got so nervous and I forgot to say some of the most important factors. But hey, when you haven't done a podcast for a long time as a guest, it's hard not to screw it up. So I think I did okay for such a big break of years of not doing one. Now, obviously, I still do my own podcast, but it seems different when you're a guest, right? Because when you're the guest, you almost feel like you're letting the guest down. Whereas if you're the host, it's like, I'm the host anyways, so I'm not letting anyone down other than the guest. Don't want to let all of like an entire show's viewers down. And if anyone's heard of the show before, it's on iHeartRadio, and Garden of Doom, I think is the name. So you should be able to find it just with that. You'll notice my name in there, Leland. He put actually my real last name instead of my middle name, so didn't really matter to me. I'm not really trying to hide my name. The only reason I usually use my middle name instead of last name for ancient research stuff is because my cousin does work for History Channel. I don't want them to get confused. Oh, thanks for the red flowers, everyone. Let's get these pink ones sent. Alright, there we go. Oh, I got some good news on the pawpaw front. Everyone's probably heard me talk about pawpaw trees on the show before. There's finally an online place that's taking orders. So I placed an order for them, and I'm supposed to be able to pick them up on the 17th or 18th, something like that. So I'll finally get to try pawpaws. Unless I jinxed it and I still won't get them, but let's hope. Oh yeah, so this is a battle that I need more punch in the attack. So let's go him. Yeah, Odin's all the way up to 7-star already, eh? So he'll be ready for a red star if I want to give him one next time we make another copy of Trump Gold or Red. I don't know. I think this might be the best combination. Let's see if we can win the battle with this. Does anyone think this will actually work? It's a lot of attack, right? Oh, I know what I should do. Maybe a monk in there instead. Let's see how that goes. I'm going to watch this one play out just so I don't fuck it up royally like I usually do. I wish CBD still tasted good. Man, the first day I vaporized it, it tasted amazing. Probably because I hadn't had any weed for a few days. But now that I've been smoking it or vaporizing it for a few days, it definitely doesn't taste the greatest. Also, the fighting event is on right now. I don't even know what that means. It sounds cool though. It's not so much the tickets as the rank. Oh yeah, the fighting event. Yeah, I know what that means. That's the special event. Yeah, so I got to try to get my rank up as high as I can. Does anyone know what the rank is that I'll have to reach in order to get into the Hunger Games? Or it's probably different each week depending on how many people qualified. Now, one nice thing I noticed about CBD is it doesn't really hinder as much as THC does. I feel my concentration is a little bit better. Not by much, but a little. Yeah, so what day is it today? I haven't even looked. Is it tonight, Friday night? Or no, it's Saturday. Yeah, my days are all mixed up. Now, I was thinking to bring more attack into this battle because I don't think any of these healers are really hitting me very hard. And if that's the case, I can bring Monk in and just tear him a new one. Oh, George says all I have to do is get 1800 and I should be good to qualify for the Hunger Games? Yeah, right. Oh yeah, because sometimes I raise it to 1800, but it probably drops just before the Hunger Games starts, right? So I'll have to do that, eh? Get my rank over 18. Let's try doing that. Well, after we see how this battle plays. I think I've got this battle in the bag once Monk starts hitting them hard. God, all these upgrades, I'm kind of wishing I just upgraded the shit out of Monk, but oh well. That's probably not the best route. There we go. One healer down. So that's one good news for harvest season this year. You shouldn't have me like off recording for weeks on end because I'm trimming. All the trimming's almost done. Well, really, it's practically all done. I don't know if it was the cold weather this year because I even tried using fertilizer. First time I tried fertilizer, yeah, I ended up with tiny buds on my plant. The biggest bud that I've ever grown on a plant was actually bigger than my thigh around. And this year, the biggest bud is like barely as big as my thumb. So I'm like, holy shit, man, that's like way thinner. Oh well. Can't have giant buds every year, I guess. Yeah, it's probably working out for the better because I would like to steer away from using too much THC. I'm not a really big fan of weed that has super high THC content. I'm starting to notice that. Medium THC is fine. As I start doing more concentrates. Now this sugar wax, man, kind of glad I got it because it is helping me not use THC. It's strong enough on its own. Don't need the THC. Alright, so, oh, that's a good idea. George says, make sure you go into it the last 10 minutes of the Cross Arena event is the best time to log in and go for it. During that last 10 minutes, you might start at 19 and drop all the way to 16 because everyone's competing to make it in. Is there some sort of cool reward if you get into the Hunger Games? Like, did they give you more purple potions or something? That'd be sweet. Now, I was almost ready to cave and go back to booze and weed like THC today, but talking to Steadfast definitely helped cheer me up and yeah, sort of turned that around. She said she's going to try the Sober October thing for booze too, so I guess being in the hospital, she hasn't been able to drink this whole time, so during the last 10 minutes, 1900. Yeah, we'll come back to that in a sec. Oh, crap, man. Is Monk still not going to hit him hard enough? I should have brought, what's her name? I should have took out these two attackers and switched them with the other one. We'll try that for the next round. Because it looks like Monk's still not strong enough to hit him, eh? Oh, there. He got one. Sweet. Now, I have been having the occasional cigarette for Sober October, but I'm definitely trying to phase those out because, man, they're killing my lungs like crazy. I can't believe how bad my lungs hurt from cigarettes. You get more death tokens for the Almighty Store. Holy shit. So you get an extra 1,000 or 1,200 coins just for qualifying. Holy fuck, that'd be sweet, eh? You know what's funny? The Almighty Store, I keep banking all the rewards from it, and I haven't spent them. So I literally have like 3 chests saved up from the Almighty Store. It sounds a little bit ridiculous, but it's kind of nice to have those. I'd be like, hey, anytime I need some heroes, there's some pretty good options there. Yeah, it was what a heartbreaker for the Blue Jays today. I guess no one's into sports, but I think they were up like 8-0 at one point. And I was like, all right, we slaughtered, and the team just totally collapsed. Pitching fell apart. Oh well, can't get too worked up over baseball. I'm not even really the biggest baseball fan. But ever since I phased out hockey, don't watch that anymore, started to get a little bit more into baseball. Come on, Monk. Oh, fuck, he still didn't hit them. What the hell? Where's the Monk when you need him, eh? Oh, we might win this one. Boom. There we go. Monk didn't let us down. Let's try that again, but with a lot better attackers. Someone was telling me Skady improves the attack. Is that really true? So if I bring in 2 of these, I'll make him even stronger? Kind of doubt it. Let's try it. Oh, wow. Fuck, man. I love the taste of that CBD concentrate. Way better than the weed. Oh, I got good news. Remember how I was telling people that concentrates of THC, if you consume just that, it'll trigger like really weird dreams, like good dreams. But if you do CBD, causes nightmares. Guess what I learned? turns out if you take the plant matter out from THC and just have the concentrate, that's what causes the dreams. And same thing with CBD. If you have CBD with the plant matter, you don't get the dreams. But if you're able to get concentrates without the plant matter, like the drips or whatever, then you will get the nightmares. So thankfully, the night that I overdosed on CBD, I actually didn't get any dreams. The plant matter still nullified it. Alright, so yes, Skady increases attack. Wow. And for the rear row, also give Ice Blade, so anyone in the rear row has a chance to freeze the enemy. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we'll see how many rounds it takes to win this time. I bet you it'll be under 20. If we really are stronger now. Alright, better not do too much more CBD. We'll do one more and call it. You can tell I'm still addicted to vaporizing, but at least not THC. And technically, CBD isn't even supposed to give you a buzz, so it should count still as Sober October. Not really hammered. Yeah, I'm even getting a sore throat, so I better turn that off. I don't think it's the CBD causing the sore throat, but just inhaling too much hot air. Oh yeah, look at our attacks with Monk now. We're in round 6 and we've almost killed them all already. So yeah, so this team with Monk, Skady, and Sekhmet is really not that bad for when it comes to attacking, right? Definitely wouldn't be the strongest team to survive, though. If they were hitting us hard, we'd be dead. It's probably the weakest team. Now, I'm doing a little okay on the weight loss for Sober October. I lost about 5 pounds, but I was pretty overweight when it started. I don't like to be over 210. I was at 215, so thank God I'm at least back down to 210 now. Alright, one more battle, and we'll just skip this one because it's too repetitive. We know we're going to win that one. Excuse me. Turkey burps. Oh, nasty. Now, I feel guilty eating turkey because turkey is one of my favorite animals in real life. Like, I always see them at the dump, and they're such nice birds. I feel guilty eating them. Why can't we just eat pigeons? They're so annoying. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't want to eat a pigeon with how much garbage they eat. God. And they're a scavenger. Alright, playoffs, war will end. I think we're good for this area. So let's go to the arena. Oh wait, George said to do it the last half hour, was it? The last 10 minutes of the cross arena event. So when is the last 10 minutes? How do I find that out? Let's see if I can figure it out by just looking. Oh, here it is, the season countdown. So you go to Cross Arena or General Arena. Is General Arena the one that does the Hunger Games? Let me check. Does it say here? And you should be good. 10 minutes. Oh, the Cross Arena. So it is the Cross Arena. So I got to get that one up over 1800. How do I see my points for that? Oh, here it is, current points. Okay, so once we get to the last 10 minutes, so we still got 21 hours to go. So that means probably like 10 minutes before 8 o'clock, right? Yeah, so George is saying that correct, it is the cross server arena. That's good. So at least I won't screw that up, hopefully. You know what, I should probably spend some of these because I never do, eh? Some of them are grayed out. I better use the tickets now, though, because if I don't, I'll forget. Now, I did go into the dungeon a few times while the viewers were gone and tried to beat it, and damn, did I ever get close a few times. I haven't killed one of the Robins, but I got their health so low. I was like, ah, shit, like one hit away. So, still haven't beat that dungeon level, but getting damn closer. What I should do this time, too, is maybe I'll try the other dungeon. Now that we got the other guy's health up, or level up bigger. Oh, did I already use all the tickets? I thought I got 5 more. What the fuck happened there, eh? I must have just clicked it really quick and didn't notice. Finishing quick is my specialty. Alright, there we go. Should I be buying these? Yeah, let's buy them, because the more arena tickets I get, the better, right? And we got lots of gold. I don't know, how much gold are we up to? Oh yeah, like 2 billion, so... Yeah, we're up there in the gold. That's good. Now let's check out the supply. I haven't even checked in a while. So we're not quite at the next chest, but look how many chests we got. Oh, we got these ones too. We could open those, right? Jeez, we got chests out the yin-yang here. Oh, we even got a blueprint. I forgot about that. Should see if we mined enough resources to use the blueprint. Where the fuck is the good chests? Somewhere around. They're probably right there and I can't see them. It's because, oh, there it is. So we do got 3 of those chaos chests. So isn't that nice? We could actually make 3 heroes of whatever ones they offer. Too bad it wasn't better heroes, but I guess Son of the Black Hole's good. Darius isn't too bad, but we can get him in other places. Alright, we got to get these things on the road. Alright, so those 2 are good. Should I go for that? No. It's kind of a waste. Let's do these. No, I'm going to refresh that one, but I'll keep this one. Alright, let's do a double refresh. Not too bad. Let's take the gems. I like the VIP to at least be a purple, for God's sakes. There we go. Alright, so that's what we got. We got the Hunger Games. We got that done. Oh yeah, the dungeon. Does anyone want to see how close we can get? This one isn't very close, so... I guess we could try it again, see what happens, but... Oh yeah, I was experimenting with putting Odin in to see if it would help. Not really. So I'll put him back in for now. It's basically the same thing happens every time I get close, is Robins are down to like 1 hit, but we just can't finish them. Hate when you can't finish. Oh god, that was a horrible battle. We'll skip that one. Seems like every time I want to show the viewers, I get the worst battle yet. Alright, we'll take him out of there. That's a little bit weird. Yeah, the Zoros don't work in this. That sucks. Should really have her in there. That's weird, eh? Why don't I have her set in the Darwin lab? Probably because we got so many Zoros. I don't know, that team's looking a little better, but we'll check it. Who knows, maybe Odin's big charge up now will be enough, but... Oh, come on, can't even beat Hitler? What's going on? Oh yeah, Hitler is pretty difficult to defeat. There we go. Alright, so we got the first 2 victories, no problem. It's just the team 3, right? It's a very weak team. Which is strange, because there's only really 2 or 3 weak heroes in it. Oh god, that was brutal. I should really bring in that revive person, so that when people die, they just come back from the dead. Oh man, everyone's dying. What the hell? It's a shame the Zoros don't work. I wish the Zoros did, eh? If the Zoros could win this level, oh man, we'd be styling. Yeah, so we're nowhere close to beating this yet. That didn't help at all. Sadly. Yeah, when you go figure, Genghis Khan really is the hardest one to defeat. So having him last is a real challenge. Yeah. Oh, now the CBD's hitting me. I guess I did overdo it a little. There we go. Yeah, they're trying to give this girl as a reward. Should I go for her, get her, and then buy her at the Vibram store? I don't really see the point to it, right? We'll see. Do we already have her? Don't have her here. And we'll check Lightning, see if we got her. No, so we don't even have 1 copy of her yet. So I don't think it's really worth it to try anything weird. What? I'm gonna get fits of yawning. Jesus. Alright, try to stay awake. Cross arena for the Hunger Games, yeah. It'd be neat to get into the Hunger Games, even if we get our asses wiped, which we would, but it would be wild to see our name in there. Never thought I'd see the day. Haven't yet, but... It would be neat if I was playing the Hunger Games and somehow I managed to pull up an upset and win a round. Yeah, we'd be fighting people like Regal and what's the other girl's name? Jeez, can't even remember my favorite player. Oh yeah, Duplo Lego. Dum-da-dum-dum. Jeez, feel terrible forgetting names. It's the worst awkward thing to forget, eh? When you forget someone's name. Jeez. It's like, are you paying attention at all? Yeah, so I forgot that tonight was Saturday. Wonder if everyone's watching UFC and stuff. Or I think that's tonight. Oh yeah, it's these ones. I was trying to remember if I could skip the battle or not. We surely can. Yeah, I've been experimenting with this battle system a little bit. And I notice now, like, I don't even bother changing the teams until they get into the yellow. And then once they get into the yellow, then you can start changing them. And I don't get it, too. Why didn't the game just automatically select the teams that you have the lowest damage to? Or weakness, or whatever it's called. It's kind of annoying that you have to manually change it each time. But it does give you something to do. Like, what I mean is, why doesn't it automatically select the teams that have the lowest? I think it's probably because of strategy. You could change it around, but it doesn't really matter. They should just put it to the lowest first by default. Then if you want to change it after that, you can. Has anyone noticed too, when you collect these purses or chests or whatever this is, sometimes you get really good rewards. Yeah, I can't seem to get this fragment anymore, eh? I've been at 1 on these two for ages. Oh yeah, and I was thinking, how many points can you get in each, like, tiredness scale and still have it completely erased with the gas tank? At first I thought it was 50, but now I'm thinking it's 70. If anyone knows the exact number. Because I was thinking it's kind of pointless to use the gas station until you get each one at 70. Because by that point, if it's not even that high up, it's just a waste. Oh yeah, that was the funny dream I had last night. If anyone wants to hear funny dreams. One of my old friends that I used to play disc golf with, don't really hang out with him anymore, but I was driving with him in the dream, and we were driving down this really steep hill, and then the hill started to like have snow melt and started like an avalanche, and the car got dragged right into like a flood. And he was so good at driving that he got us out of the flood and made it to the road. I was thinking, wow, that was close, man. So what a weird dream. Oh yeah, and then the second half of the dream is I dreamt that I was telling people about the dream. I was like, what a weird way to finish the dream. It's like, oh yeah, we were driving down the hill and all the snow was melting. And I was like, man, that story was such a weird dream. I wonder if there's some sort of metaphor or meaning to the dream that I haven't deciphered yet. Could be from the just being nervous for the podcast. Things are like an avalanche, out of my control. Ooh, we got another purse. Sometimes you click these and you get a lot of gems. Ooh, even one of those tickets. That's not a bad reward. I like those. See, they're trying to give us the gas station, but we don't have any that are up to 70, so it doesn't really make sense to use it yet, right? Getting close to using it. All right, welcome back, all the viewers. There we go. Fuck, man, I want to win these triangles. How come I never get those? Wah, wah. Now, I was teasing my niece today because she was crying like a baby. I'm like, is there a baby back there? Big baby. Should we use the gas station? Probably, eh? Going into the boss, we'll use it. Now, I was watching a documentary yesterday on the angry video game nerd, and there's this lady that has a YouTube channel, or a young lady, who knows, and she was talking about how angry video game nerd is actually hated by a whole bunch of people now. Apparently his show changed and he started like working with other people that they don't like. Well, it's so funny because I thought his show was already over. I didn't even know that he was still making episodes. And they said that he actually made a movie, but hardly anyone liked the movie. And instead of giving the movie away for free, he was trying to sell it, which kind of rubbed people the wrong way because they crowdfunded the movie for him so that he didn't even have to pay to make it. And in the process, they were hoping he would release it for free. Which I think is so weird, too, because, like, as a YouTuber, couldn't he just release it on his YouTube channel for free? and he would have made actually way more money off the ad revenue compared to how many people would actually just pirate the movie at home if he's trying to sell it. So I don't know. I don't really hold anything against Angry Video Game Nerd because he has helped a lot of people too. They talked about like some people are gamers and they got sick with cancer or whatever and asked if he could give them a shout out. And I can't remember. Oh yeah, he even wrote emails to people to try to cheer them up in those type of situations. So yeah, he's definitely done a lot of good work too. And who doesn't make mistakes? I kind of liked his show a little bit, but I never got into watching it religiously or anything. There was a few good episodes I liked. If anyone hasn't seen his channel, he's like one of the most popular gamer YouTubers. Started right at the beginning of YouTube. And he actually has a film school background, so he's able to soup up the production quality on his videos a little bit more than the average YouTuber. He gets drunk and angry when he plays video games. Or at least he used to. I think that's one problem you run into is once you become a super big YouTuber, you start to censor yourself because you want more ad revenue. They're like, hey, we can give you more money if you just stop swearing. Which is so weird for the Angry Video Game Nerd, right? Like, he used to swear like crazy. And then he starts filtering it out to the point where it's like PG. Just so he can get ad revenue. Or maybe he did it because he has kids now. That could be it too. I think having kids usually changes people a little. If not a lot. Alright, so we'll take the viewer's advice and we'll go to the pyramid after we wrap up these battles. Looks like we've used up a lot of our battles. We're at 31 left or something. No, if anyone's worried I'm chugging back juice, it's actually the sugar-free stuff, so shouldn't affect my weight loss too much. I know the sugar-free stuff isn't good for you. God, man, have I ever seen my digestion go to shit when I drink it, but I compare it to gaining a whole bunch of weight and almost choking in my sleep, so there is like one poison, pick it. Or two poisons, pick one. Do I want to choke in my sleep or die of horrible digestion? Shouldn't laugh, it's terrible. Holy shit, we're up to 90. The hell's going on? Pay attention, man. I don't even have the weed for the excuse anymore. I'm on CBD and it's not supposed to give me a buzz. Can't blame that. Now, I did get a little bit of chin-ups in for a workout to try to burn off the turkey tonight. Still horrible at chin-ups. I've been doing them every day for an entire summer, and I didn't increase my chin-ups at all. Everyone's like, oh, don't worry, you'll be able to do more and more as time goes. It's like, fuck, man, I wish. If anything, I'm still at the exact same reps. It hasn't changed at all. One or two. Holy fuck, my team's at 100? What the hell's going on? I could have swore I picked the other teams to battle. Or does you get tired even if you don't battle? Alright, it should be these two. We need a gas station bad. We're out of gas. Watch, my team will just die. It'll be like, your team is now dead. Oh, gas station, thank God. Hey, it went down to 95 from 100. So if your team doesn't battle, they go down on their own. That's kind of neat. And we get a purse. Who doesn't want a man purse? There we go. Where are we going? Westward out. Now that was kind of weird. I don't know if anyone heard the news in the NBA, but one of the players punched one of his teammates, and he just didn't punch him. He like almost tried to kill him, like punching him as hard as he could right in the face, and it was a sucker punch, so he wasn't even blocking. So I was like, oh my god, right? And the guy's like giant too. He's like one of the biggest players on the team, and he just clocked like one of the tiny guys, like half his size. So I don't know, the whole guy's face is like all busted up with like black eyes and stuff. I was like, Jesus. But then his response of why he did it is because he was abused before, and he's sort of like reliving the cycle of abuse. I thought that was so weird, but at first I was really pissed at him because I don't like the player to begin with. But after hearing that he had already gone through abuse, I was like, at least he has some kind of excuse for it. But I don't think that's really a great excuse. But I still can't hold it against him as much as I was before. And I figure too, it's probably better if the NBA doesn't suspend him for the whole season, because then the Raptors are going to have a chance to beat him. Won't be any fun if he just gets kicked out of the league or goes to jail. But I'm surprised the cops didn't get involved, right? Like, they literally saw the video of him trying to kill someone. And someone would be, oh, he just punched him in the face. It's not really that dangerous. But man, these are like NBA players, right? Like, their hands and bodies are freaking huge. Like, it has to be considered a weapon of like assault at that point. Like, don't they say that mixed martial artists, if they punch someone, they can get charged with assault with a deadly weapon because they're actually trained in mixed martial arts? I would almost think that'd be the same for an NBA player. Because, man, they're freaking giants, right? They could crush people. Like, he's really lucky that the guy didn't die. He could have collapsed his skull. And that's actually why fighting was taken out of the NBA. I don't know if anyone's old enough or used to watch the old day NBA. I know I never used to watch it because they never played it in Canada. But, yeah, that's what happened in the NBA. The fist fight broke out, and one guy almost died, and he was one of the all-stars. Like one of the best players in the league. What happened was he got punched by another player. Because they're such huge guys, his skull collapsed, and they said that they almost couldn't put it back together because it broke in so many pieces. But thank God he survived. But he never played another game, I don't think. So then after that, the NBA was like, you know what? We can't let these guys keep fighting, because if they do, they'll die. It's not like we're talking lightweight fighters here. Even lightweights is still dangerous, but once you start reaching like 300 pounds and you're punching someone, right? Like, holy, that's like serious, big time. Yeah, and you can't judge too, or shouldn't judge too much. So hopefully he legitimately feels sorry for almost killing the other guy. Yeah, and stranger things have happened in the NBA. There was actually one season that I used to watch it where not only did a fight break out, but players pulled guns on each other. So yeah, that was pretty intense too. So that's the NBA that I grew up watching. Who was it? Gilbert Arenas. Yeah, he was the guy. He pulled out guns against his teammates, allegedly. I was like, what the hell? Like, that must be an intense situation. I don't know why the hell he even brought a gun to the NBA game in the first place. Fuck. I shouldn't laugh. That's serious stuff, right? Man. Now, I'm not a big fan of guns. I've never even shot a real gun. People have asked me to go to the shooting ranges. I'm like, you know, I really have no interest in shooting guns. I was actually into shooting bows and arrows when I grew up, so that was good enough for me. I didn't have a craving to start learning to shoot guns. Oh yeah, I shouldn't talk about it on YouTube either, even if it is anti. Now, I don't hold it against anyone who does do it for like a hobby or whatever at the range, but God, it seems like a dangerous hobby to get into. I'm one to talk after I just vaporized how many times. At least it's self-inflicted. I shouldn't say it's any better, but yeah, so if anyone's wondering what the podcast topic was for that I did the show for today, oh yeah, I was already telling you. The story where me and Steadfast traveled to see the giant statue. So yeah, if anyone's got information on that giant statue, it was weird. Some of my other viewers said that they had been there before, so thanks everyone for filling me in on, even my viewers had been there. No, I think the guest, when I was talking to him, or the host, he sort of got it mixed up that I had talked to a whole bunch of First Nations people about it, but no, very few. So, yeah, I guess maybe if anyone else, yeah, I think George too. So if I should be talking to First Nations people according to that guest or host. That's what I was thinking too. I got to talk to some First Nations people about some of the stuff that I've been doing on, what is it called, Heyokas. So if anyone's ever heard of the Heyoka before, if they could put it in the chat, that'd be great. I think the Heyoka is more of a southern thing. I don't think there's too many in the north, as far as I know, but I could be wrong about that. Now, I figured because of my life, I actually did encounter the light beings or thunder beings, and I usually say the opposite of everything. Like when it's hot outside, I'll be like, oh, it's too cold. I know officially, like, Heyokas aren't supposed to, I guess, not be European people, but who knows? It could be anyone these days. Oh, even when I play sports, too, that's what I noticed. Everyone's like, man, your form in sports is like the opposite of everyone else. I'm like, I don't do it intentionally. It's just something that's weird with me, or normal, however you look at it. No, it'd be cool to actually talk to a real Heyoka and see what it's like for them. And if they actually encountered the thunder beings, too. Freaks you out when you encounter paranormal stuff, because I don't like to talk about it as much as I used to. I know it freaks people out a lot. Because most people think that, oh, if you see paranormal stuff, you definitely got something seriously wrong. And they're probably right about that. To some degree. No, I think Steadfast was telling me that when she was staying at the hospital, they have to share a TV with a bunch of other people, and she was putting on the podcast and felt guilty because some of the episodes are a little weird that I do. She didn't want to freak the people out showing what she watches. It's pretty funny. Yeah, some days I think that I should try to do things more normal, but I'm like, should I really just fight my nature the whole time or just embrace it? I notice when I try fighting my own nature, it just makes me more depressed. So I can't really even do it if I wanted to. Holy, we're getting lots of these triangles now, finally. Oh yeah, we even got 2. Let's try drawing one. Holy shit, we got the King Tusk mask. Fucking wow. That was a good draw, eh? Should we do another one? Yeah, let's do it. Ooh, the urinal. Who doesn't want a new urinal, right? If that's what that is. Alright, let's try some of these. Oh yeah. The guy with the mustache. Alright, so we have to wait for those, but we can do a few more of these. Oh, we're getting diamonds. Ore. Meteorite. Hot babe. More gems. More asteroids. More hot babes. Oh, the meditating guy. Alright, so we plowed back quite a few of those. That was exciting. Oh shit, we're up to 80 with that team. Better cool them down a little. Now, I'm kind of glad that I found out about the Heyoka too, because my whole life I thought I was just really weird. Well, I guess I am, but at least there's somewhat of a reason for it. You gotta figure, eh? Like, if anyone sees something that weird in their life, that it's kind of gonna scar them for life. Not that I can blame the thunder beings or light beings, whatever you want to call them. I'm pretty sure I was already like this before I encountered them. Although it's hard to remember back when I was like 10 years old. Oh yeah, so I did some website updates too. If anyone's actually heard of my website before, oh yeah, I promoted a little bit sometimes at the end of the show there. So I'll give a little peek at some of the updates that I did on my website just for a little break here. I'll come right back to the game in a second, just to show off that I'm actually finally getting some stuff accomplished now that I'm in Sober October. I think it was like over a year since I had done any website updates. So it's definitely long overdue. Oh yeah, and I should put in the new show I did on Giants. So if anyone comes to my website, Judson Weebly, you can just go to more, and you can see all the stuff that I like to research. The Stonehenge, Solomon's Gold Mine, gravity wells, ley lines, the ancient giants, and even some stuff on the Heoka. So if anyone's wondering the Heoka, I just copied it from Wikipedia, the information. I'll have to put an image there soon too. I think they got one on there. Yeah, it's just someone who has seen the light beings, or what is it, the thunder beings, and then they do everything the opposite, sort of like a jester or a satirist. So I don't know. I used to wonder why I was always doing that, and it kind of makes it a little bit better. And I don't feel as weird. Oh yeah, and Black Elk. I don't know if anyone's heard of that guy. He was like the wildest native guy I ever heard, where he actually went to live in Europe during the early colonization just to see how Europeans actually lived in their own country and wanted to come back to tell everyone. So yeah, that was pretty weird, eh? Like, who does that back in the day? Oh, the Lakota. So I guess I'll have to talk to someone who's a Lakota. I think I got one friend on my friend list who is. So I'll have to ask him if he knows anything about the Heokas. I noticed every time I ask people about the Heokas in message boards, they always look at me weird, even if there's like a group about it. Yeah, so that was our trip to Giant's Tomb Island. Kitchikawana was the name of the giant. I should have really said the name during the radio show, but I chickened out that I was going to pronounce it wrong. And this isn't the radio show, that's just the YouTube vlog. I'll add the radio show in next. Oh yeah, and then just the gravity well stuff. So if anyone wants to check that out. I know gravity wells are really weird, so whatever. It's not everyone's cup of tea. Like anything I do isn't really weird. Alright, so that was the website updates. So that's some good news about Sober October. At least I'm starting to get some shit done. I think that's the really biggest thing I like about it, is just getting shit done for a change. Not always just relaxing all the time. Like, fuck, man, relaxing's nice and all, but you don't want to spend your whole life relaxing. Never get anything done. So who knows, maybe going forward, I will keep switching back and forth between CBD and THC, so that way I can get more stuff done. I feel when I do CBD, they're right in a way that it doesn't make you as groggy or intoxicated as badly, so at least I'm able to get shit done still. Yeah, there's so many things I gotta do for the viewers too. I know I always talked about getting that 3D printed merch going. Fuck, man, I was looking at the 3D printer. I'm like, man, I've had this thing in storage for like a year, and I still haven't even opened it yet. It's terrible. The only good thing, I think, is the 3D printer probably went up due to inflation. So when I got it, it was at a low point. Let's hope. Ooh, we need another gas station bad, right? We got gas. Or we have not enough gas. Rare for me. There we go. Alright, I better close my website. I don't think my website has any music going. Hopefully not. There we go. Holy shit, we made it up to 4 viewers. Thanks, everyone. I know I haven't been doing, excuse me, very many regular streams. So it's getting hard for us to reach the double-digit viewers, but damn, we're close again already. Hey, Carlos, how's it going, man? Welcome back to the chat. Now, I appreciate everyone hanging out in the chat, because, yeah, normally if I'm not talking to family members, usually Steadfast is the only person in real life I've been hanging out with, and now that she's in the hospital, I've basically been alone again for quite a while, and It's nice to actually communicate with other people again. Fuck, man, I need a gas station. We don't have one in time. This is going to be a little hairy. Unlike me, who's very hairy. Everywhere except the top of my head. Now, I was thinking it would have been cool if George knew a Heyoka, but I guess that'd be asking a lot. There's probably not too many around. How many people actually talk to thunder beings? Well, I didn't talk to them, I just encountered them. They don't even have mouths, so they can't really talk as far as I know. Now, if anyone's ever heard of thunder beings or light beings before, it is kind of a crazy thing to see, but in hindsight, I guess I was lucky to see them. Even if it did ruin my life. No, just kidding. I'll blame the thunder beings, that's it. Had nothing to do with me and my actions. Ooh, we got some more triangles. Fucking right. Alright, so the archaeological expedition is closed for now. We'll go to this, see if we can tear this a new one. Yeah, this is what I've been doing. Use the ice team, see if we can plow through it quick. I think we can. Victory. Yes. Normally what I'll do is I'll just play it until we get to a really challenging team. And then once we get to a challenging team, I'll take the quick battle off. So we can make sure we don't die as easily. Oh, that's the other good news about CBD that I was going to tell everyone. Is when I'm vaporizing the CBD, I noticed in my vaporizer that it makes way less of the sticky oil. So that's really good in a way, because I can just imagine how bad my lungs were from inhaling sticky oils all the time. So having a CBD buzz, it's not the as strong as THC, but definitely, well, unless you overdose, but it's really nice not to have that much crap in my lungs. Victory! Yes, once again. Yeah, I wonder if I do the Heyoka style stuff in the game too. Am I doing the opposite of what everyone else does? I don't think so, right? Oh, that was the other thing too. The other day I was in the, what is it? Let's go look at it now so I can remember the fucking name of it. I was in, where was it again? Fuck, now I can't even remember what I was looking up. Alright, we'll go back to that until I can remember. See if I remember as we play. Yeah, that's always lucky. I only had one train of thought lost during the interview. I was worried during the interview my memory would be so shot I couldn't hold the conversation, but luckily it only happened once or twice. Oh fuck, look at the level we're playing. Definitely have to go to this. Oh, I'm starting to remember what we were talking about. The battle, something I was going to go check a battle out. Yeah, we're gonna have to check the pyramid soon too. Gotta check that shit. Yeah, I think the ice team is the only chance we stand for this. If we had the regular team... Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Some people started copying my teams. And the playoffs for the guild. That's where it was. Obviously, they might not watch the show, and they're not officially copying my team. But I noticed a lot of teams that were doing really well were the exact team I was building. The one with Monk and Sekhmet and basically everything else the same. Genie, Alice. Oh, even, what's his name? Fuck. The electricity guy. God, why can I not remember any names today? Fuck. Thank God I didn't have this bad during the interview. Suzo, yeah. So people are using Suzo, Skady, Monk, Genie, Alice, and Freya even. So I was like, holy shit, I was encountering my favorite team. And they had a couple extra stars in it, and they were doing really good against me. Yeah, check this out. Our ice team has actually killed one of the heroes. And we're facing like level 3 fucking red stars. As long as we keep that dragon frozen. Oh, fuck. I think that dragon really packs a punch, right? Oh, the game froze. Alright, so we'll be right back. We'll have to exit the game, boot it, and reboot it back. Let's do the regular message. We'll go to... Yeah, let's do the sponsor.
Today's new website edition is brought to you by Crunk. It'll fuck you up. I shouldn't still laugh at that. You can tell I'm very easily pleased sometimes. It's like the most dumb joke. I've been doing it for years and I still laugh. Anyway, Suki, Dan, Jim, Ray, Travis, and everyone at Patreon, thanks a million. Oh yeah, what is it? Society 6, finishing quick, my specialty, t-shirts, bed sheets, both popular with the ladies. Hado TV, pays you to watch videos, swag bucks will pay you to shop, GameKit to try games, and free Bitcoin. It's a wallet system for crypto. Yeah, just thank everyone at the free Bitcoin. I don't know if people have been gambling a lot more lately, but I'm actually starting to go up in free Bitcoin again, so thanks everyone who's been helping out with that. I know I shouldn't be encouraging that kind of stuff because YouTube's getting a lot more strict with it, so I might even have to stop mentioning free Bitcoin. We'll see. Anyways, yeah, just make sure you only gamble what you can afford to lose, and crypto's a wild ride, that's for sure. Anyways, yeah, just make sure you follow the regional laws also for the virtual made sex machines for adults and men only. Ladies need a sex machine, they know who to call. I'm just kidding. Anyways, $10 off, 150 or more with the coupon code LYNBS. That's LYNBSN. Alright, let's go back to the game. It looks like it loaded. Yes, it did. So that was convenient. Sponsor message and the game thing took the exact same time, roughly. Where did the game crash again? What were we doing? Oh yeah, it was the campaign mode, wasn't it? No, CBD definitely hasn't been improving my memory, that's for sure. Wish it did, that'd be nice. Excuse me. 3 tavern tasks. Oh, Midas. Yeah, let's clone somebody. What's a clone evolution episode without cloning some clones? Holy shit, we built up a lot of those, eh? I was gonna say one of those is the hot nurse, but then the viewers reminded me that there is no blue hot nurse. She's only comes in purple, so let's hopefully we unlock her there. I think is the next week's episode the scroll burning? Could be wrong about that. Oh yeah, I definitely overdid it on the CBD again. My head is starting to feel liquidy. At least I won't be getting a headache. I should look at it like that. If I had a headache, I would never feel it. Hey, Amico again. Hello, Amicos. Yeah, thanks for joining the chat. I appreciate it, because Amico is one of the most favorite consoles I'm looking forward to. I was never a big Amico fan right off the bat. I was one of its biggest critics, but I'm also one of Tommy's biggest fans. So when everyone sort of turned against Tommy and sort of really started being mean to him, I kind of couldn't help it but start to like Amico and even more. Just so that everyone that's hating on Tommy doesn't get proven right in the end. Really hoping Tommy does well. Because I know a lot of people criticize him for not being the nicest guy and all, but yeah, everyone's got a dark side. Fuck, man. If I've met a saint, I've never met one yet. Now, I even invited Tommy to be on my podcast for a live stream, so he might take me up on it, you never know. If anyone knows Tommy in chat and stuff, just put him, hey, join Leland's chat soon. The main reason it's kind of a self-centered reason why I want to get Tommy on the show so bad, after not wanting to, is my nephew is a really big fan of the oof sound, and he would go crazy if I got to talk to someone who allegedly made the oof sound. I know another guy claims to have made the oof sound, but I think Tommy helped make it, so at least he can claim that. Something like Tommy had the recording studio, but it was another guy that was doing the recording. Something like that. Yeah, let's go. Let's see what we got here. Now, I'll have to do another Amico live stream at night, because I noticed that the Amico crowd seems to be a lot bigger at night. Oh, that's where we were. We were facing these Red Star guys. Fuck, I wish it didn't crash there. Now we have to start over. Yeah, I know Tommy made a lot of big mistakes with the Amico, but I've tried to launch my own company before, and I made a lot of the same mistakes, so when people are like, oh, how could Tommy make all these mistakes? It's fucking hard running a company. God, you can imagine me trying to run a company. I did way worse than Tommy did. Who knows, maybe I'll be able to rise my company from the ashes one day too and get the product out there officially on the market. I'm kind of lucky that my product's already made, so I don't have to worry about actually still getting the product made. Got 1,000 units in storage. Each one's worth about 200 bucks, so fuck man, if I could ever sell them all, I should be able to afford a place, that's all. The way prices keep going up in Canada, I still won't have enough. Now it sucks too, getting a company so close and then not being able to sell it. So I definitely know how Tommy's feeling. Especially when you invest your life savings. Like, God, I must have put at least half of my life savings into my company. Well, actually, all of my life savings at the time. I've just rebuilt since then. Alright, now we're killing them off. That was a good hit. Now, people underestimate how popular Tommy still is in Canada. Because really, when it comes to video games, Tommy was the top king. Him and Victor Lucas. So I know in the States, they're like, oh, who is this Tommy guy? Who's this Tommy guy? Well, fuck, man. If you don't know who Tommy is, you're probably not from Canada. Because if you're from Canada, you would know. Or you just might be a different age bracket. His show was on quite a while ago. But when it comes to guys in their 40s or maybe even late 30s, they've probably seen his show like a million times. I couldn't think of success to come to a better guy, too. Like, he literally is a really nice guy when he is nice. I know he has a dark side, but still, when he's nice, he's like one of the nicest guys you'd ever meet. I feel bad for picking on the Amico at first, but I was worried this was going to happen. That if people didn't pick on the Amico enough, he would just get nothing done. Kind of went overboard with it. Amico again says I'm an Amico legend. That's kind of hard to believe, but I guess I was one of the first people to make a video about it, because I started following the Amico like right away when it first was announced, because I was always following Tommy, so I knew right off the bat when he announced it. And right off the bat, I was like, oh, fuck, man, there's definitely a few red flags with this project, but never hated on Tommy specifically. Just the Amico, I wasn't a big fan. I was actually just jealous or more greedy that I wanted the Amico to be something else. Like, I wanted it to be a console for gamers, and I wanted it to be for adults and not kids. But I get where he's going with it, because really, if you want to make money off a console, they have to do it at the beginning, and then he could expand after that. Like, once the company was well established, he could have came out with like an Amico 2 for adults or whatever, but definitely the target market to make the best profits, he was going at the right market. I know people make fun of his market targeting, but if I had to guess, if the Amico launches, it does have a chance. I know some people don't give it any chance in hell, but I don't know, you look at some of the products people buy, and Amico definitely seems like one of those weird things that people would actually buy. Even if they didn't plan to use it much. Because, like, look at the Wii. A lot of people bought it for Wii bowling, used it a few times, and it just collected dust. But it was still one of the biggest sellers. And I kind of wanted Tommy to expand genres of games, not just like make the same type of games over and over again. Like, I'm kind of sick of first-person shooters, kind of sick of side-scrollers, kind of sick of a lot of video game types. So I was like, oh, Tommy could just get some new types of genres. That'd be sweet. Yeah, the one that pisses me off the most, too, is people keep making fun of the Coleco Chameleon. I'm like, you know what? That actually wasn't a bad idea. And a lot of people still want a Coleco. Like, shit, let's see if my second screen works. Oh, it did. I've actually got the Coleco Mini right here on my shelf, and it's sold out. So people still want more Coleco stuff. And I know that guy that failed, was it Phil Adams? I don't think he's the backstabbing prick that everyone says he is. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people. I get it that the Coleco project failed, the Chameleon, but I don't think it's because he was trying to scam people. I think legitimately he wanted it to come out, he wanted to make money off of it, and the project just had some issues. It's hard to launch a new console. So yeah, when everyone found out that Phil Adams was part of the Amico, I was like, so what? It's like, yeah, I get it, he failed on the Coleco, but maybe this was his attempt to try to make it right. It kind of backfired, to say the least, but I know people made fun of him for, what was it, hunting prairie dogs or whatever, but you gotta remember too, those prairie dogs in a lot of cases, they consider them rodents, right? So it's kind of like if someone made a video about a mouse trap and it killed a mouse. So I get it that prairie dogs are bigger and it's hard to think of bigger animals as rodents, but it's still not very nice to make fun of killing things, that's for sure, but everyone makes mistakes. Download the game and check it out. Which game is that? I think I already forgot what we were just talking about. The game. Oh yeah, the Amico game. Which one? Cornhole? No, that's not the one I mentioned. Oh, 10 for 10 Amico again. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I heard someone did put me in some sort of Amico song, but I haven't heard it yet. One of my viewers told me to check it out, and I'm like, alright, I'm gonna go check it out. And then the show was over and I totally forgot. Surprise, surprise. I remembered about it, but I didn't remember exactly the details enough to look it up. Oh, and the guy that used to do music for the Amico, I think his channel got took down. Oh, 10 Amico again. It's a new game. That's cool. Yeah, so if Tommy has luck with the current Amico games, if I had to guess what one will sell best, I think it's, which one? Brain Duo. And everyone's like, oh, Brain Duo was already on another console. It didn't do good. Well, guess what? That's actually the same thing that happened with the Nintendo Wii U, right? They released games on it, didn't do good. Guess what happened? It came out on a different console, the Switch. For example, the Mario Kart game. Oh, all of a sudden it became one of the best sellers. So we actually have an example of games that don't do so well on one platform, but actually do much better on another. And the Amico controller might add some sort of element that's even better that the other platform lacked. Oh, Cornhole, yeah, that's the game. Now, my family even brought up Cornhole at Thanksgiving dinner today. They're like, hey, has anyone heard about this, I think it was a restaurant. And the restaurant offered Cornhole games. I was like, well, that's really weird, but it's kind of neat that or maybe it was a bar or something. Or it could be a pub. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, but apparently Cornhole is actually getting, like, mainstream attention. Or people are talking about it at the dinner table and everything. So, oh yeah, and the best timing for Amico is a lot of video game companies' sales have been tanking lately. Nintendo's tanking, PlayStation tanking, I think even Xbox. So with all of these companies starting to tank, it really is one of the best times for something new to come in. That's one of the arguments that Pat and Ian made. Yeah, it's not a good time for the Amico, that it was like way in the past, but maybe that was true at one point, but I don't think it is so much anymore. There really is room for another console. People are sick of the Switch. I'm kind of surprised that people didn't get sick of the Switch sooner. Especially with the Steam Deck and all that coming out. I got the Wii U, and I'm still having trouble getting into playing it. Like, there's a few good games on it and stuff, but I don't know. A lot of it is very repetitive, so if you played one Mario Kart game, you played them all. That was the funny thing. My niece and nephew, they were trying to play Nintendo Switch. Some guy that we were working with gave them a Switch to play with, and they were entertained for like all of 10 minutes. And then after the 10 minutes, the kids don't want anything to do with the Switch. So I think what it is Switch is one of those things, parents buy it for the kid, but how often do the kids really play it? Who knows, maybe some kids are playing it all the time, but my niece and nephew, they just want to play Minecraft. Or my nephew is actually old enough now that all he wants to play is Grand Theft Auto. He sort of got evolved from wanting to play Minecraft to wanting to play that now. So if parents buy the Amico to try to get their kids to play Brain Duel, you never know. I'm not offering investment advice, that's for sure, but I wouldn't count the Amico out completely. No, it doesn't look good, that's for sure, but Right, so it looks like the show disconnected. Oh, there we're back. I think there's a market for a family-safe content device. Yeah, that's one of the things that I didn't like about it. It's family-safe and all that, but people do look for that. That happened to me with the Nintendo Wii U. I bought it used, and someone had the parental lock system on it. So I was like, oh fuck, how am I going to turn it off? I don't know the password. So I went to the Nintendo website, and they offer a service. If you pay the money, they'll turn off the parental control. I was like, fuck man, that sucks. Nintendo's trying to price gouge people and get them to turn off the parental control. But luckily I typed it into YouTube, and hackers already found a way to do it. So I tried the hacking method, and it worked. I was able to turn off the parental control. So kids will probably be fine the same way, but who knows? I know kids are fucking more resourceful than me when it comes to technology, that's for sure. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. If I was to make one change for the Amico that was like a major change, how I came across Tommy when I was a kid in the first place is he would make a show where he would play hundreds of games and then tell you which was the best game. So I was like, shit man, why didn't you do that for the Amico? Don't limit the games, have shitloads of games, but put a streaming service on it where people play the games and recommend the best ones. So they'd be like, oh, if you're into role-playing games, play this one. Or if you're into racing games, play this one. That sort of thing. The whole idea of not adding a streaming service, very weird. Especially because he can run ads for it for himself on his like console, advertising all the new games. Kids would watch the streaming service and be like, oh, I want that game. I know it's not supposed to be predatory marketing so that you're always getting kids to buy more stuff, but who knows, maybe he'll change that in the future. Like even Tommy himself said that a lot of these things that were set in stone, the commandments, it was actually just talk, but You could actually change some of it. No, I know people have been making fun of Tommy for selling all this stuff lately too, but I was like, you know what? Tommy selling his stuff is like proving that he's willing to put everything he has into this console. And I was even starting to wonder that too, because I was like, shit, man, it's not going to look good if Tommy's driving around in sports cars and everyone's out of their fucking console. Yeah, there were guidelines. They weren't really set in stone. Yeah, it's hard to tell people you're broke when you're driving around in a Ferrari or whatever. That'd be funny. It's like, I'm so broke. Let me go put gas in the Ferrari. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about Tommy selling his stuff, which I probably shouldn't be, is his family does have a history of addiction. And I always wondered, like, if Tommy ever did try something like that, like if he got into some sort of addiction behavior. But I don't want to hold it against someone's whole family just because one member is an addict. No, I think it was his uncle or cousin, that Steven Tyler. He was sober for quite a while, but yeah, he definitely fell off the wagon again recently. Oh, and probably because all the family troubles too, with the death in the family. I know some of my friends, once they had their father die, that's when they started to get hooked on Oxycontin. So I don't think that would happen to Tommy, but it would just a little bit worried. Yeah, I really doubt Tommy would ever try Oxycontin, right? No matter how bad he was feeling depressed from his dad dying. Now, if I had to guess what's happening with Tommy right now, he's just taking fuel from all the people that are making fun of him, and it's just driving him to try harder and harder and harder. And now that he doesn't have his dad that he's trying to take care of, he can definitely put a lot more time into it. Fuck, I know what it's like taking care of a family member full time. It was basically my whole life for 2 years. Couldn't do anything. Couldn't even leave to like go places because I'd have to come back in an hour or two. Yeah, Tommy's addicted to winning. Let's hope that's what it is. Now, it sucks when you see someone spiral out of control after they lose a family member, so that's why I was a little bit worried too when Tommy's dad died, because they were so close. They almost look like clones of each other, except his dad was a little bit on the heavier side, huh? To say the least. Now, he looked very happily plump. I think his dad was actually in the first episode of Electric Playground. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure they showed him swimming in a pool or something, if my memory isn't totally shot. Or it could have been someone else. Alright, I gotta slow down on the vaping here. Jeez, getting carried away again. Getting a sore throat. Whew. Yeah, I heard that the Amico Forever show is over, so I was like, shit, maybe I should get in contact with some other Amico people. I noticed a lot of the pro Amico people aren't big fans of mine because I was so critical of the Amico off the bat. I don't blame them. I made some pretty offensive videos. That NASA one still gets me a laugh. I was a little bit critical of NASA during the video, and a whole bunch of people on the Reddit were like, yeah, NASA is shit. And then other people are like, oh, stop making fun of NASA. Now, I'm only critical of NASA for the same reason I was critical of Amico, is I can just picture NASA doing better, right? I'm like one of their biggest fans. I was always disappointed when they didn't do better. God's sakes, China's gonna colonize the moon before we do. What the fuck? We had a 50-year head start, for God's sakes. That's pretty bad, eh? You lose a race, and your opponent Or you had a 50-year head start on your opponent and still lost. Yeah, that's a big head start, right? That was the thing, people were making fun of Atari and Intellivision, but Atari did get a head start too, right? Excuse me. I think they even started 10 years before Intellivision. Could be wrong about that. Alright, so we'll just put a little bit more of the CBD concentrate, and then I gotta turn this vaporizer off again. Using it too much. I'm also gonna run out of CBD at this rate. I gotta make it last a month. Or 3 more weeks. No, luckily I found a way to vaporize the concentrate where I just put on the bowl, let it solidify into the bowl by heating it up a little, or liquefy. Then it's good to vape. Alright, another victory. Oh fuck, we got our hands on a chest. Nothing better than getting your hands on a chest. Alright, so let's go with the viewer's advice and hit up the Golden Tower. Now this is actually one of the family-friendly games that I think Tommy could put on the Amico. Oh, other than the fact that it has real money purchases. If they made a no-purchase version to go on it, but I doubt that they would do that, because a big part of the revenue all comes from in-app purchases. Alright, so how many more relics can we collect? Oh, Heart of the Ocean. Does that mean we can collect it? Current star level, 80 of 80, 90 of 80. $25 of 30, 10 of 90. Jeez, am I getting wrecked off the CBD? I gotta slow down. What I mean by wrecked is it just makes me numb. The other day when I took too much CBD, I tried walking up the stairs to go to bed. I could barely lift my legs. I was like, holy shit, man, this stuff really does mellow you out. You can barely fucking walk. Do I think Intellivision has anything big coming up, like on October 10th? If I had to guess, no. I don't know, it's like, there's still so much work to do on the Amico. I know, like, what is it, No Swear Gamer, he's talked about it, like, as much as they said they got close to releasing it, I think there's still a lot more to go. But am I wishing that they would? Yeah, I hope so. I think it's probably going to be till next year before the Amico has any chance of launching. That's probably why they're not saying much. They don't want to tell everyone that they're going to miss another Christmas break for holiday sales. Because that'd be really bad news for the investors. Alright, victories. Let's go with some of these, right? We should save it for, like George said, and just wait to make sure that we can beat that. Oh, we don't want to wait completely, though. So let's beat some of it now. That's what she said. Terrible. Yeah, I gotta get the 18. Oh, yeah, it's cross-server anyways, so it's not the same. So it does make sense. Let's get this up to, like, 2,000. Oh yeah, but I should wait so I don't waste all these tickets. We'll beat some of it for now. Yeah, because they keep giving us so many free tickets each day that I really should make sure I don't... Oh yeah, we can just save the tickets for later. Don't have to use them right away. No, I think Tommy's right in what he's doing right now. Saying as little as possible is the best because until he has amazing news. And then once he has that amazing news, that'd be a good time to talk again. That's what I kept doing with my business. I kept coming out with really shitty updates, and I'm like, a lot of people are like, you know what, you should just say nothing until you have some better news. That's what I started to realize. Like, yeah, until you have good news, you really shouldn't be saying much. Or as little as possible. Who knows, not to offer business advice. Maybe how he did it's still going to work out better in the end. If he didn't get all those haters on his back, he probably wouldn't have half the motivation that he does now. That's the one thing I noticed with my haters on Facebook. God, the more they hate on me, it's like such fire in the fuel tank. It's like, all right. Not that I should be picking on them and eagering them on to hate me even more, but it's hard not to. It's terrible. I shouldn't be doing that. No, really, it's like when I grew up, I used to got picked on a little bit by bullies, so I know that bullies aren't always a bad influence. I know that they can be very motivating. Sometimes you're lucky that you won't get motivation near as strong from anyone else but a bully. It's like, oh yeah, you want to bully me, do you? No, I really wish I didn't repeat the same behavior, because when I got into high school, I did bully once or twice, and I started to think about, like, God, I should not be repeating the same behavior that people did to me, even though it could have helped them. No, the only thing that we did that was bullying in school was we wrote on some Niners faces, and the marker we used turned out to be permanent. I was like, oh, fuck, guys, we really should have wrote on them with a washable marker, for God's sakes. That was really mean. I don't know, how long does it take to wash permanent marker off your skin? God, I feel like a complete prick for doing that now. Hey, everyone makes mistakes though, right? You gotta try to learn from it. Live and learn. Lots of living, not much learning. Oh, God. Oh, we're almost at 2,000. No, my nephew is so funny too. He loves the oof sound so much that he's been trying to imitate it like his whole life. And now when he does it, he sounds identical to it. It's hilarious. So I should really record him doing the oof sound, but I'd have to get my sister-in-law's permission. The whole kid thing. But it's so funny when he does it, man. It sounds identical. I can't even imitate it. Yeah, it's neat when your nephew has been able to do something like that. He's so into video games. Yeah, that's what I told him. I'm like, you know what? I might get an interview with the guy that helped make the oof sound. He's like, what? You gotta be kidding me. It's like, no way. So it would be cool if Tommy did come on one day. I would just have to get over the starstruckness, because, yeah, talking to your idols is never easy. I remember the first time I met Mike Tyson, I was like, God, I even got the shakes from trying to talk near him, too. It wasn't even to him directly, just standing near him and talking. Ah, there we go. We got through the things. Sweet. Yeah, I think I did okay the one time I did a podcast with one of my idols, and I was just like starstruck for... Well, I shouldn't say I did okay. I think I was starstruck for the whole thing, but at least I finished the show, and it did get like 30,000 views, so even though I fucked it up pretty bad. Sometimes fuck-ups might be more entertaining to watch. Did I get any Amico merch? Not from Tommy or anything, but I did order the games. So I do have one set of 8 games. I opened one of the games, the Bomberman, because it's my favorite game. Well, I'll show it on the screen here. Guess it's a little bit harder to see, but I think I can just move the camera. Yeah, so right there is where I got the Amico games, I think. Yeah, that's them. And I did put the Bomberman coin and the Bomberman card on my shelf. It's kind of hard to see it from here, but... God, I love the fucking shit. That's when I got the games, is when I actually started to change my mind. I was like, you know what? Tommy actually does have some good ideas here. I love the coin. I love the card. I'm not a big fan of instruction manuals. I never read them, so... I think maybe once or twice I read them just because I was really bored once, but very rarely do I read the instructions. So when I saw the card and coin, I was like, you know what? This is actually pretty fucking sweet. That's when I started to change my opinion. Especially when I saw the tank game, too. I love the fucking tank game. Even my friends today that I show the tank game on the original on television, their mind is blown how fun the tank game is. So I'm like, God, if even like modern gamers can play the olden television and like the tank game, that has potential. Might not be the greatest potential, but we'll see in the long run, if it ever comes out. Ah, here we are, the gems. So I already have gems for all of them, and I don't know if I want to change any of it. Is there really something I'm supposed to do with these gems more? If anyone knows in the chat. It's a little bit confusing, this gem system. Weird, eh? Oh, it changed back to the game. Thanks, man. Yeah, here's the gem system. So if anyone knows how the gem system works, I'd appreciate it. Nah, lucky the viewers are here. Half the time I screw up the sound.
Which I just realized I still did. Thanks. If anyone, I was wondering why everyone was heading out so quick, and I'm like, oh, I'm still in baby voice. Fuck. Now, I give myself some credit because today was a big day, and I've been doing everything crazy or wrong just because I was like so stressed out to do the podcast. Doing that guest podcasting, yeah, that's pretty stressful. Miko again actually liked the baby voice better. I know, it's so embarrassing because my voice is terrible, and if you turn up the voice, it actually makes like the tone makes it easier to understand. So I was like, shit, man. I also got the electron button, so I can change A minor, B minor. Where is it? So we could go through the minors or the letters and see which one sounds best. This one's BB. This one's just regular B. This one is C. This one's DB, like Dragon Ball. This one's just big D. Oh, the big D. This one's EB. This one's E. And this one is F. This one is GB. This one is just big G, like the Freemasons. And this one's AB. And we'll go back to A. Yeah, this is A. So if anyone liked one of those letters better, try to let me know in the chat. I can't even remember which one does which. So we'll turn off the electron voice for now. But that is some of the other voices I'm thinking of using. Because, God, my voice sucks and I've tried to improve it, but it's not working out so good. Holy shit, we're close to the 2-hour mark. Yeah, I was wondering why everyone else had to go too. Yeah, it's getting late. Well, I guess it is the weekend, around midnight. Alright, so we'll go as close as we can to the 2-hour mark, but I'll try to finish before then. So thanks again for tuning in, George, Rusty Valor, George. Oh, Carlos was here, and Amico again. So thanks. So yeah, I'll have to check out the Amico Again's channel. Hopefully he's got some Amico videos. Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, I do clapping different than everyone else too. Never even realized that. The more you start to learn about the Heyoka, the more it gets weirder. Alright, so what do I have left to do, task-wise? Oh yeah, I didn't make the clones, or trading them yet. No, my friend Steadfast, her girlfriend is, she hates the baby voice, so I try not to do it the whole show, or she won't be able to listen. No, I'm still getting used to saying girlfriend because I've been single for so long. Alright, let's see. Who am I gonna... Oh yeah, Monk. There we go. Yeah, the Electron voice changer. This soundboard's kind of cool. The only thing I don't like about it is some of the sounds turned out to be copyrighted, so I was getting strikes for using them. They said they came out with a patch to fix that, but I never did the patch yet, so I just have buttons that I can't use. Yeah, still not 3. We'll have to wait for that. So we can't do the tavern. We could do the clones, and that's all we have left to do. That's good. And we still got 5 minutes to spare. Yeah, so if anyone's got any further Amico questions or clone evolution before we wrap up, I'll have to go to the fire screen soon. Oh yeah, and sorry Steadfast for doing the baby voice too long. If you're watching from the hospital. Hopefully you're feeling better soon. I know all the viewers want you to recover quick too. Won't get into too much details of why she's in the hospital because I don't know if she wants people talking about it, so probably shouldn't even have mentioned that much. But I just wanted to tell everyone she's okay because I was posting in the Discord that I was worried when I couldn't get a hold of her for 2 days. No, what she's in the hospital for is nothing to be ashamed about, so... Let's see. I think we're going to have to next episode decide who to purchase. So if any of the viewers want to help out, I think we're just going to buy Theodora. I don't think I should waste any more of the tokens, even though we have quite a few now. Yeah, I've been really tanking on a lot of the items, right? Or banking them. We got quite a bit of these. Shit, almost 10. That'll be nice to make. And we got another 2 of these. Wow, that'll be nice. Oh, don't forget to try out his game. Oh, so you're the one that made the game. That's fucking sick. Yeah, I'll check it out for sure. I thought you were just talking about a game that was like on a cell phone or something, like Amico came out with a new demo. That would really shock everyone, eh? If all of a sudden they released a new demo on the cell phone. I liked how they made the first one. What is it, Moon Patrol? And they put that demo on the cell phone. That was a neat idea. Especially if you could hook it up to a controller and play it on your TV. That would have been really cool. But that would be a little bit too giving, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to say. Alright, so we got 3 minutes. I better go and wrap up with the fire screen. And I'll try to do a review of that game if I get a chance to play it. I'm kind of swamped with work these days, but we'll see what I can manage. Now that I'm doing the Sober October, at least I'm getting some stuff done. So I should be able to actually get more done and take on more projects. Oh yeah, I'm losing my voice too, so we better go. I think I talked for like 5 hours today, so it's a little bit much. Alright, so thanks again everyone for watching. If you happen to get any, let's say, Vibram tokens in your vaporizer and it tastes like shit, give the show a dislike. But if it doesn't happen, you can give the show a like and a share. Really appreciate it. And just make sure never buy the products from my sponsor.
Because it will ruin your life.
Bye for now, everyone. And happy Canadian Thanksgiving and happy Oktoberfest if you celebrate that too. Bye for now. See you next episode. Later. Later. Oh yeah, there's a new planet we unlocked, so hopefully we'll be able to check that out next episode too. Arrakis. Later. Oh yeah, don't forget to like the show. Later.